Battle through the heavens, Grand World. Chapter 156 Enemy Attack. As the main base of Shao Clan, the Taiching Mansion naturally had the people of Shao Clan as the main force. However, there were also many people with different surnames, including a few big families. Without a doubt, these families were only the subordinates of Shao Yan. The people who had the most authority in the Taiching Mansion were the people of Shao Clan. There was no master in Taiching Mansion. As the local emperor, Shao Clan had long taken charge of the security, business, and everything else. In the surrounding few prefectures, the tentacles of Shao Clan stretched out. Although they didn't do whatever they wanted like in Taiching Mansion, the gangs that belonged to Shao Clan had become the most powerful sects in the area. Not only the Shao Clan, but also the four big families and many super sects in the Star Domain. Almost all of them were powerful existences in the prefecture where the headquarters was located. It was as if they had become a kingdom in the prefecture. Even so, under the control of the Domain Lord, these superpowers were like tamed beasts. On the surface, they were getting along well with each other. On the journey to Huayang Prefecture, Shao Yan had obtained a lot of information about the Star Domain from Lin Jian. Although it wasn't a secret, it had given Shao Yan a deeper understanding of the Star Moon Spirit Domain. Lin Jian had also heard some things about the super war that involved the various domains a million years ago. Although it was all fabricated, it indirectly explained the scariness of the war. It's said that at that time, the entire great world was in chaos. There were more ultimate saint expert than now, and the heavenly sovereign expert was just like the current emperor cultivation warriors. Basically, every major power had a few heavenly sovereign warriors. Speaking of the legends, Lin Jian seemed to be in a great mood. He immediately told Lin Jian everything he knew. I heard that the two heavenly sovereign who were messing around in the pill competition a few days ago were from the Nether Domain from Sect Master Shao. A million years ago, the Nether Domain was still a legendary Pure Land. Later on, no one knew what happened, but the Domain Master of the Nether Domain suddenly started to destroy all the powers in the big world. He led his sons and concubines to increase the intensity of the war once again. However, later on, the Domain Lord of the Star Domain and the Domain Lord of the Mingyan Divine Domain joined forces. He killed the Domain Lord of the Nether Domain in the Mingyan Divine Domain. After saying that, Lin Jian gazed at the mountains in the distance and said with emotion, finally, his sons and concubines were suppressed by all the experts. It was as if one of his concubines was suppressed in the southern Star Domain. A million years have passed, and everything has returned to dust. Shao Yan couldn't help but nod when he heard this. It had been so long. It was enough to transform the vast ocean into mulberry fields, even if it was a supreme saint. He had also died in the long river of time, even though the war back then was earth-shattering. The people in that great war, be it justice. No matter how evil, no matter how peerless it was, now that they were talking about it, it was just a casual outline. On day in pill competition, I think I heard those two heavenly sovereigns say that they are the law enforcers of Nether Domain. What does that mean? He pondered for a moment. Shao Yan looked at Lin Jian and asked curiously. Enforcer. Lin Jian pondered for a moment and said, I've heard from Sect Master Shao that Nether Domain is a region that is different from other regions. There are thousands of races there, and it is a mysterious place. It can be considered a place of cultivation, but it is also a place with many evil sects. The law enforcers are the names of the experts in the alliance formed by those evil sects. Shao Yan nodded silently when he heard this. It seemed like this Nether Domain was not a peaceful place. Awoo! Just as the two of them were silent, two hoarse low roars suddenly sounded beside their ears. Immediately, two black figures rushed out from the forest below. They were like black lightning as they roared towards the black feathered eagle that Shao Yan and the other man were riding. It's the profound marked Pixiu. How can there be such a rare heavenly beast here? When he saw the appearance of the two black figures, Lin Jian could not help but be startled. However, he did not have the time to think about it. He extended both of his hands and two short blades of various colors appeared in his hands. Brother Mr. Shao, sit down. I'll go and get rid of them. After his voice sounded, two nearly transparent wings had already formed on Lin Jian's back. With a flap of his wings, he had already leapt up from the back of the black feathered eagle and rushed towards the two profound marked Pixius. Profound marked Pixiu. Xiao Yan frowned when he heard this. The black-feathered eagle had received Lin Jian's order and was circling in the air. Xiao Yan also used this opportunity to clearly see the two profound marked Pixius that were fighting with Lin Jian. The profound marked Pixiu's body was like an ordinary wolf-shaped spirit beast, but it had a pair of indestructible antlers that were as sharp as deer horns. Its forehooves were like horses, and its tail was like a tiger's. It had a pair of eagle-like wings on its back, and the profound marked Pixiu was extremely rare. Due to its unique appearance, coupled with its gentle nature, although it had the strength of a low-grade heavenly beast, its true combat strength was equivalent to a high-grade spirit beast. As for the profound marked Pixiu, most people treated it as a pet. According to Xiaoyan's knowledge, most of the profound marked Pixiu lived deep in the mountains and forests. This was the border between the Spirit Heaven Mansion and Huayang Palace. It was just that the forest was a little more lush, but there would never be a heavenly beast like the profound marked Pixiu. Thinking of this, Xiao Yan narrowed his eyes and carefully looked at the two profound marked Pixius. Something's not right. After observing for a long time, Xiao Yan finally discovered a trace of a problem. Lin Jian's strength had already reached the level of 4 Monarch Emperor, and with the help of his middle-grade spirit weapon, he could now defeat two profound marked Pixiu. The intense battle didn't show any signs of winning. What was even stranger was that he had been attacked by Lin Jian. The docile profound marked Pixiu had become even more violent, as if it had been stimulated by Lin Jian's fierce attacks. Ethereal flash. Lin Jian also realized that something was wrong at this moment. He closed the twin sabers in his hands in front of his chest. He instantly activated the spirit weapon Monarch skill and struck one of the profound marked Pixius wings. The profound marked Pixiu let out a wail and fell to the ground. Strange. Seeing that the other profound marked Pixiu was not only not scared away, its attack had become even more fierce. Xiao Yan could not help but feel strange. After carefully looking for a while, he discovered that the eyes of this profound marked Pixiu faintly revealed a breathtaking red light. Awoo! Just as Xiao Yan was staring at the man and beast in the distance, a furious roar suddenly came from below. The profound marked Pixiu that was shot down by Lin Jian once again flew into the sky in fury. However, its target this time was Xiao Yan, who was on the back of the black-feathered eagle. Cree! The black-feathered eagle let out a sharp cry because of the intense murderous aura that was contained within the profound marked Pixiu. It was about to flap its wings and leave when the profound marked Pixiu's movement became even faster. In the air, the black-feathered eagle leapt forward and arrived in front of the black-feathered eagle. Its sharp claws clawed at the black-feathered eagle's neck with lightning speed. In an instant, fresh blood splattered across the sky. Brother Mr. Xiao. Lin Jian turned around and saw the eagle fall from the sky with a wail. Xiao Yan, who was on its back, fell as well. He couldn't help but break out in a cold sweat. Xiao Yan was only a monarch spirit level warrior. If he fell from a height of nearly 100 meters, wouldn't he be dead for sure? Thinking of this, Lin Jian furiously shouted. After forcing back the profound marked Pixiu in front of him, he wanted to rush over and save Xiao Yan. As soon as Lin Jian turned around, the profound marked Pixiu that he had shot down earlier had already arrived in front of him. It roared furiously, trying to stop Lin Jian from saving Xiao Yan. Woo! A fist-sized bloody hole was left on the neck of the black-feathered eagle by the sharp claws of the profound marked Pixiu. Blood kept flowing out from the hole. The life force in the black-feathered eagle's eyes was quickly extinguished, and it powerlessly fell from the sky. Xiao Yan held the feather on the back of the black-feathered eagle tightly with both of his hands. He looked at the ground that was getting closer and closer. His eyes flashed even though he was sitting on the back of the eagle. If he fell from this height, he would most likely be thrown into confusion. While his eyes were flashing, Xiao Yan's gaze suddenly fell on a giant tree below. The giant tree was extremely thick, and its leaves were lush and lush. It was like a canopy that covered the sky and covered the sun. Xiao Yan didn't hesitate at all. His entire body was protected by the Origin Monarch Key, and he stood up. Both of his feet suddenly stepped on the back of the black-feathered eagle, and with the help of his powerful strength, he rushed towards the crown of the tree in front of him. He quickly grabbed onto a vine, and in the next moment, the black-feathered eagle's huge body smashed into the ground, causing the ground to sink a little. Xiao Yan grabbed the vine and shook it for a moment. Only then did he firmly jump onto the ground. Looking at the sky, the two profound marked Pixius were still tightly entangled with Lin Jian. Xiao Yan glanced at the empty forest around him and suddenly felt a chill in his heart. Chapter end. Hi guys, please like, comment, share, and subscribe.